All right, y'all. How to make raisin bread. Let's do it. Easy treat. But if you're here for the first time, hit that subscribe button down there. The race for 300 subscribers is on, y'all. Let's do it. For this recipe, you're going to need 5 eggs, 4.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 12 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of raisins, a half a teaspoon of salt, 2 caps of vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, a quarter teaspoon of allspice, and 1 cup of brown sugar. Let's go. Now, what you want to start by doing is you're going to pour your milk in a bowl. Then you're going to take your eggs, 4 out of your 5 eggs. You're going to break those up, and you're going to put those in the bowl with the milk. You're going to put in your butter, and you're going to give it a good whip. Now, your butter, make sure it's room temperature. Now, we're going to take our yeast. We're going to drop all of our yeast in there. In fact, our yeast, we're going to need 2.25 teaspoons. Now, we're going to drop our 5 tablespoons of sugar in there. We're going to put in our cinnamon and our allspice mixture. We're going to give that a whip. Look at that. This is what you should come with. You see, we melted our butter, so now what does it do? It starts to firm up a little when it gets to the room temperature milk. We're going to take our 4.5 cups of flour. We're going to put that in the bowl. We're going to use the side edges of the bowl. Then we're going to take the back of a wooden spoon and give that a good mix. What we're trying to do is we're trying to combine and let everything mix up and touch itself. Now you're going to end up with a very sticky dough like this. Given some time and without any drafts, the yeast is actually going to do its thing and bubble and cajole and build this up. I tend to like to sit this stuff in the microwave when I do it. You see my little pretty hands? Now we left it in the microwave for 2 hours. What you want to do is leave it in a draft-free environment for about 30 minutes. But 2 hours, this is what you're going to come back with. There's nothing wrong with it. It just hasn't built the same gluten structure you're going to need for it to lift and rise as high. You're going to see that later. Now, we're going to prepare a work surface. We're going to flour it down really good. Part of our goal here with this sticky dough is we're going to add and combine some flour, more flour into that mix, and we're going to go ahead and build that gluten structure by kneading it and combining flour. Push, pull, elbow, leaning into it, stretching it, folding it onto itself. That builds that structure. Then the proper thing to do is to wait. But I didn't wait, as you can see here. I was a bit in a hurry. If I would have waited and let it rise for another 2 hours, this would have had a much stronger structure, but we didn't. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our brown sugar and we're going to drop our brown sugar right onto that rolled out section. Now, because we didn't wait as long, it won't have the same structure, but it will work. Now we're going to add our raisins. In this case, I didn't even use the full cup of raisin. I only used about a 1/4 cup of raisins because there was something else we needed to do with it. So I said, all right, I'll just use less here. You see? There's cinnamon that I added and brown sugar and raisins right here. Now I'm just rolling it in on itself. I'm going halfway across. Now doing the other end, bringing it in. You see, this is the beginning basic structure for a lot of great breads that are rolled up with flavors and things like that. The bread I was practicing for when I made this one is chocolate babka, one of the most famous breads across the planet. Go look that up about chocolate babka. It's very similar in the way they lay it out like this, but I decided to do it with raisins and cinnamon and brown sugar because I have that readily accessible to myself. This is the kind of bread you're going to make and have with your coffee in the morning. You're going to warm the bread up like this, put a little butter on it, have your coffee. You can drink your coffee black at this point because it ought to have just enough sweetness to where you don't need to add any sweetness to your coffee. And when you twist and braid this up, you twist and braid it up very tight. You'll see the advantage in a little while. You see, after we do this, take a look. This is what you should have. Think of those donuts, those swirl twisty donuts. And it smells like beautiful, y'all. You gotta smell this. Now, we go ahead and sit this on our cookie sheet, and we're going to let this rise. I gave it 45 minutes because time was against me. So what else you want to do is when you're letting it rise, you want to put some kind of warm, moist water source to allow moisture to touch and connect with the bread structure on the outer side. But because I did not wait the proper amount of time, you're going to see. Get ready. We've already made a boo-boo in this, but it doesn't hurt anything. You'll see. Here we go. Take a look. Now, you want to always make sure you build up your gluten structure really well when you're doing breads like this so it holds up to anything you do to it. And if you don't, this is what's going to happen. You see that? What's happening? Look at it. Where did it go? Oh, man. But you know what? We still win. All the flavors are here. It's just flat. Not enough rise time. It didn't have the internal structure it needed, and the gluten's built up to hold up to this. But it's still a win because all the flavors are there. So we set up that oven to about 400 degrees. We still going with it, y'all. We ain't quitting. That's right. Sometimes you got to go through with it all the way. So after 35 minutes, this is what we have. You see, we were all ready for the loss, but I taught you something. You can still win. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. You know you need to be learning all the recipes like this. You need this. Look at that. It's still beautiful. Look at it. It's huge and beautiful. Who don't like huge and beautiful? Look at the color. Beautiful. What we wiped on the top of it, that was our egg wash. We took our final of the 5 eggs and we put 1 tablespoon of water, cold water in it, and we wiped it on the top. That's what gives it its perfect brown color. X, show them on your face what it looks like and what it tastes like. Wait a minute. We got some structure in there. Look at it. Right? Yeah. Look at the crumb. That's the internals of it. Yeah, see? It's still fluffy. That's it. That's how we do it, y'all. Raisin Bread. Hey, thank you for being here with me. I'm David Griffin. If you learned a little something, hit that subscribe button, y'all. I need y'all. The race for 300 subscribers is on. All right, y'all. I'll be cooking again soon. Thanks for watching.